So here we are. Welcome to the Xbox presentation. Normally I have a webcam, but I talked about this. I lent out a webcam to somebody for college classes. So as of this moment, I don't have a webcam. So yeah, it's just my voice. It happens, you know. But yeah, we're just checking out the Xbox presentation. And then immediately afterwards, I'm going to launch into Animal Crossing. Stream will stop for like 5 minutes. I'll switch over all the stuff, get the Switch on, because of course turning the Switch on breaks everything. And then we'll go into Animal Crossing. And we'll talk about it afterwards, like everything that happened. So this is like the big one. So Xbox had a presentation like back in May. That was it was like a third party presentation and it flopped hard. It was not a good presentation, like, at all. And then Sony had their presentation, and I thought people were very positive on Sony's presentation, but I was listening around, and that doesn't seem to be the case, which is just surprising. Because personally, I thought Sony killed it. They had a lot of great games. Yeah, sure, not everything's coming out at launch. Like, I think their only big launch game is the Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I wish was a bigger game, but eh. And then Horizon Forbidden West is later, probably in 2021. Maybe even a full year later. That's totally possible. But yeah, Microsoft really has to come out and kill it tonight. Or this morning, I mean. I'm. Yes, a lot of people are very excited for Halo. And yes, Halo is big. It used to be big. Halo used to be good. And then Halo 4 happened. And then Halo 5 was somehow even worse. Halo doesn't have the same power it once did. I'm just gonna say it. Somebody has to say it. But this could be the chance. If Microsoft can get a good Halo out there, they can turn this shit around. They can turn this shit around and make a good conference. But they don't just need Halo. One of PlayStation's great showings from its showing was that it had a plethora of games. Microsoft needs to come out and have a plethora of games. If they don't, well, then they're forked. Also, I'm not expecting anything on xCloud. I don't expect them to talk about Game Pass, except for them saying like everything we see is going to be on Game Pass. I know there were a few announcements in the pre-show, like I think they showed off Dragon Quest 11S. I don't know if it's Dragon Quest 11S or if it's just Dragon Quest 11. I'm not entirely sure because I thought the S stood for like Switch. That's coming to Xbox and whatnot. But yeah, we'll see how Xbox does it. I'm not expecting Lockhart. Psychonauts, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
The Mjolnir exosuit is now complete.
Yeah. Oh, it's the grapple hook.
This technology will save humanity in a war to come. I must remind myself. Liquid liquid crystal cannot rise on its own. Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction. Armor cannot hope. It all means nothing until you step in.
Yeah, look at it. It's just like you imagine it. Become John Halo, Space Marine.
Am I dead already? I must be. I mean, this is a punishment, right?
So I have no idea what's going on in the Halo timeline.
No. This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on, shit. No. No. You. I can't.
It's just my headphones.
No, you are.
Yeah.
No. You don't get to.
I was like, why can't I hear the guy? It was my headphones. I need a new pair of headphones. God, they're fucking garbage.
Listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we'll get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh. Please. Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
God, I forget how tall he is always. Okay, this definitely looks a little better than the cutscene. I did not say that cutscene looked that great. Maybe it's the facial animations. Hey, Tyrell. Welcome to the Xbox Showcase. Oh, I need to sneeze. Looks so good. This is Halo Infinite. I like the lighting. I'm not entirely sure about everything else. I mean, it looks good. Lighting, but because that's one of the big advancements of next gen gaming is that lighting's getting better. And if I've learned anything from watching like not Devolver, Corridor Digital talk about CGI, what makes good visuals is good lighting. So that's very important. I like the shooting. Yeah. I mean, it's classic Halo, which you can't. Classic Halo is great. I'm waiting for them to show off like the sprinting and the grappling hook, because right now because I like the what was great about Halo was that it was slower speed, And I know some people want faster games, right? Like, Halo was always slow in comparison to, like, a Call of Duty. But that was kind of Halo's charm. And I know 5 added sprinting and it's divisive. You know, I'm trying to judge the colors. Because I know one of the great things about the original Halo was that it was very distinct visually. The colors showed right? Like, you could tell an enemy, just like by a quick zoom, you could see where all the enemies are because they were visually distinct. And one of the problems I know the later games had was that didn't work anymore. The enemies just kind of blended into the background and into the darkness. And I'm trying, and so far it seems to be doing better. So far I can just look at it and see where the enemies are. They stand out from the background. That's a very important thing. They have good shooting speed. It's like real life. It definitely feels like watching him move around, it definitely feels like they're trying to find like a balance between jumping, like going super fast, like sprinting around like your Call of Duties, and being the slow, like, because Master Chief always felt like a tank. He was big and heavy like one. It definitely feels like there's more of like a balance to it. I wonder how much influence they're taking from Doom 2016. Because if anything, that'd be the big game to take influence from.
Your people are broken, scattered, haunted, defeated by me. I wish I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't. We are one step ahead, always. The ring is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox. But without challenge, I grew weary, lost.
Why does this remind me of a cutscene I'd see in Destiny?
Here you now stand. This is my last fight. A true test.
Thanos looking weird ass thing.
Ours.
I don't know. I hope Halo doesn't take that much influence from Destiny. I know 343 or whatever, Bungie, they did Halo and then they did Destiny. But Destiny was garbage. I know people like it, but ugh. Xbox needs to show the best of what its console has to offer. And making Destiny wouldn't be that. Holiday 2020. Yep. Yeah, 343 makes Halo. When Bungie made the first 4. Did Bungie do Reach? I don't remember.
This is the most ambitious campaign we've ever created at 343. For the first time, players will have the freedom to explore a mysterious new Halo ring that's several times larger than our last 2 Halo games combined. Halo Infinite has been built from the ground up to take full advantage of Xbox Series X. Bigger battles, epic vistas, more complex visual effects, displayed with 10 times the processing power per pixel of Halo 5. This will be running at a flawless 60
Well,
frames
yeah, I
per
mean,
second
Halo
and will
5
allow us
was,
to bring the
like,
Halo ring to life in ways that have never
6
been
years
possible.
ago now.
We look forward to sharing even more about
God,
Halo
Halo
Infinite
5 was
in the
so
coming
long
weeks,
ago.
including the first look at multiplayer. And now, please enjoy a glimpse of what others in the Xbox Game Studios family have been working on.
World premiere.
Oh god, it's like the Game Awards. You can just show the thing. I know Jeff Keighley did the pre-show, but that I didn't watch. I just saw Wario64 talk about it on Twitter. What? So it's like the Lone Dark, it just looks better. Is that what that game was called? The Lone Dark? I don't know, I never played it. Super Wolf. Oh god, is it a zombie game? Is it freaking State of Decay 3? Oh my god, it is State of Decay 3. Gosh, dang it. It is State of Decay 3.
Welcome everyone to the Xbox Game Showcase.
You know, and I saw it coming as well. State of Decay 3.
9 of our 15 Xbox Game Studios, including unveils of 5 new first-party games. What you will see today is how Xbox Game Studios are harnessing their passions to bring their dreams to life. We believe that how you find and play your games is as important as the device you play them on. Xbox Game Pass is the best way to discover and play, and we want you to be able to experience as many great games as possible. So Game Pass members, you can play every game you see today. from
That's good.
subscription or free to play.
Again, Game Pass seems to be Xbox's biggest, like, foray.
Xbox Series X.
It really does seem to be their best idea right now.
Precision and immersion. And we've designed
And I'll admit, it's a good one.
powerful next generation console. And we've built state-of-the-art platform technology to allow every developer to realize their full vision. One studio that has always pushed the limits.
At least we're done with propriety drives.
And they're early in development on the next Forza.
I'm so done with, like, PlayStation's propriety drives and stupid Wii U gimmicks. Just make games easy to develop.
With ray tracing and native 4K
Forza.
resolution, all at 60 frames per second. The trailer you're about to see was captured completely in engine.
Again, it's a buzzword. That's a buzzword that means nothing anymore. In engine, what that means nothing. Kind of like how how Ubisoft's trying to make gameplay trailer mean nothing. That was the last Microsoft show. God damn it! What a gosh, dang it! What a shitty show. So it really, you know, is this the launch of the 360 again? Because the 360 had Halo 3. Or was it Halo 4? No, it was Halo 3. The 360 had Halo 3, Forza whatever it was, Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon. I don't remember what it was, but it was a Forza game. And it had one other big thing. I do like me. Is this that new Rare game? I don't remember what it's called. Longfall, something like that.
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it. It is found in the smallest moments. In every step of a perilous journey. In the symmetry of ritual. In the bonds we share. And in moments of stillness. It teaches us to look beyond the expected. To be a light in dark places. To seek answers. And to stand watch over our world. Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it.
Everwild. Yeah, that's what it was called. It doesn't look that bad. Visually, I like. I always prefer stylization to realistic graphics.
Everwild will give to you a magical and
I like that there's no sense of like the darkness or whatnot, where there's like this big dark evil that's going to consume the world. Because every game about nature is just the darkness. The darkness is this big evil that's going to consume us all. Just this nebulous force.
So excited to be working on something like Everwild, and I hope you're excited too.
That's going to be it. It's going to be the darkness, because it can't be a game about nature without a darkness villain.
Support and love.
Either that or nature, like things with like heavy nature, have man as the villain, like pollution. I know how this works. I've been around it long enough.
Whoa. I just got hit with a flood of memories.
Love you, Mom.
You seen what I'm seeing?
Mom?
Allison?
Yeah.
Game by.
Matter that they don't believe us.
First, it was kind of looking like a Life is Strange.
But we couldn't be sure.
I still need to play those games, especially the first one, because I own it.
That they kept us apart.
Brother, sister, we look out for each other.
It doesn't matter that finding the truth feels impossible.
We're all done with fairy tales.
The only thing that matters is you're my brother. And the only way to move forward
Is
to keep looking back.
this what is that what I think it is?
Getting these visions whenever we see or hear something really emotional. Everything we thought we knew about Marianne just got thrown out the window.
She loved you. She attacked you. We both saw it.
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives.
Ooh. Hopefully they handle it better than Swery just did. I'm sure they will. Most people... I mean, Swery did it better than Swery just did.
I can't do this. Stop!
If it's looking like what it was looking like, tell me why. We've heard about that before, right? That logo looks familiar. Moon?
Hey everyone, my name is Gennady. I'm the co-founder and director of technology at Moon Studios. Today we're very excited to tell you that we're working on a very, very special version of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, specifically for Xbox Series X.
Ooh.
We're now at a time where we can reach levels of fidelity and frame rates previously
I heard Ori and the Will of the Wisps was good. It still had problems like the first game. Different problems with the first game.
In its highest quality, delivering unprecedented game feel with silky smooth animation, super crisp, sharp image.
120 frames per second.
It's just so important for the tight and precise platforming feel of this game. We can also boost the immersion in different spaces.
Is it coming to Switch though? That's what I care about. I mean, the first Ori Pori Pudding and Pie came to Switch, and I'd love to see the sequel.
We can give our players more options with how they want to play our game. We can't wait for all of you to experience this very special version of Ori coming to Xbox Series X with smart delivery later this year.
And I mean, that's smart delivery. So if you already own Ori and the Wimble Bimble, then you get Ori and the Wimble Bimble this upgraded version for free. That's how I interpret it. So that's cool. Private Division. That name sounds familiar. Yep. There's Obsidian. A lot of people were expecting like a new project from Obsidian. And did they say they were working on a new project? Because like The Outer Worlds just came out last year. And I'm totally down for... And I wish the Switch port of this game ran better. Like, I hear the Switch port is just utter garbage, which sucks. Like, it just runs so bad and it's got terrible pop-in. Because I would totally love to give this game a chance. I think it's on PS4, but... Yeah. I don't play the PS4 as much as I should.
What will you find on Gorgon?
Peril on Gorgon. Okay, that's right around the corner. Oh, it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the video game.
Game of the year. Then wait for Cyberpunk. You're ready for the smallest.
Okay, that's real. Okay, that's funny. That's funny.
Obsidian Entertainment, the makers of games that are nothing like this one.
So it's like a tiny person RP? Did we actually... This kind of looks familiar. Did we actually know about this?
Or just feed your friend to the spiders.
I feel like we might have known about this. Well, I was just saying I didn't expect anything new from Obsidian because, again, The Outer Worlds was like last year, and here's something new. Oh, hey, look, it's Battletoads. Honestly, I think the art style looks pretty good. It's clearly got a more comedic tone to it. July 20. That's next week.
We're dedicated to pushing narrative and role-playing games. It's something we do every day when we come to the office, and we can't wait for you to play our next great
I Shrunk the Kids.
is the first of 2 planned story expansion packs for the Outer Worlds that we're putting together with our friends from
Ooh.
the Private Division.
Ooh, look at that.
It's also important that we continue to evolve how we tell stories in games, and Grounded is the perfect example of that. The team has been working for the last 2 years on how to tell an Obsidian story within a survival game.
So it's like a survival...
Game on July 28th on Xbox Game Preview and on Steam Early Access. We want to hear from you.
Oh, so it's an early access game. Okay, that makes a little more
If
sense.
you've been wondering, we have been working on that next big Obsidian RPG. Check this out.
Oh gosh, another... Have we heard about that Grounded before? That looks kind of familiar. Gosh dang, Obsidian's really... You know, for a series that barely put together a Fallout game, of course it's the best one of the 3D Fallout games, they barely put it together. Let's be real, it took some patches to get that shit working. They're really coming together. I know the Outer Worlds wasn't perfect, but it was still pretty good. And better than whatever the hell 76 was. I mean, I didn't see a 3-hour-long video of bugs in the Outer Worlds. Oh no, he just re-killed Sir Daniel Fortescue. Gosh dang it, I can't see this without thinking Dark Souls. That's how much influence Dark Souls has nowadays. Is that when I see just medieval stuff, I think Dark Souls. Avowed. Cool. Cool. I mean, again, I like Fallout New Vegas. I mean, I've been watching a 300 episode playthrough of it recently, and it's good. God, that's a good playthrough.
It's an expansive first-person RPG set in the fantasy world of Eora. When Obsidian Entertainment joined Xbox Game Studios, they told us that this epic game is the one they want to make. As creators of critically acclaimed RPGs, this is Obsidian at their best, and it is being built from the ground up to take full advantage of the power of Xbox Series X. At Xbox Game Studios, we also work with independent developers, always with the goal of empowering them to bring their ideas to life. I'm excited to announce our work with Interior Night, a new studio led by some of the most talented storytellers in our industry. Let's meet Caroline Marshall, studio head of Interior Night,
Indie at
to debut
Xbox.
their original game.
Is it weird that the only indie at Xbox game I can think of is probably Ori?
Our team is really passionate about interactive storytelling because when you play a story, you step into the character's shoes. You get to experience their fears, their hopes, their conflicts firsthand. And in the process, you learn more about yourself. And this is quite powerful. Our first game spans 30 years in the American Southwest. It's a story about family, resilience, and sacrifice. But most of all, it's about
How the
how
Xbox
will shape
isn't
the fate
X at all.
of real, flawed people trying to
Xbox
find their
isn't
way
X at
in a world that
all.
don't fit it.
What? Because it's not going to give it to you?
World premiere.
Also, the logo's a circle with an X. It can be a circle with an X in it. That's perfectly valid.
We were on our way to start a new life that summer. For our family, it was just a stopover.
I mean, it's not a GameCube.
For mine, it was the end of the road.
On the ground, now!
The sun went down on all of us.
Huh, this... How do I just... What do I... It's not...
Coincidence.
It's not cell shade, it's the art style. It's,
Secret.
Is it rotoscoping? Is that what it's called? I mean, if the game looks like this, unless it's like a Walking Dead style thing.
All my life, I've been
No,
stuck with the shadows.
okay. Huh.
I'm finally ready to step into the light. I got your letters.
As dusk falls. Is it called rotoscoping?
Here at Ninja Theory, we're hard at work on all of our projects, including
Yep.
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Hellblade
which we
2.
announced at the Game Awards back in December. An incredible
God, I still need to play the first one.
players have now experienced Senua's story in Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. We're excited to start giving you an insight into what comes next for our Celtic Warrior. An experience that we'll be building in Unreal Engine 5 for Xbox Series X and PC. I'm happy to reveal today that Senua's Saga will be set in the beautiful country of Iceland. And you can find out more about our location scouting and how we've discovered the history of our setting in a brand new behind-the-scenes development diary, which you can view straight after the show on the Ninja Theory YouTube channel.
That's good.
It's been so touching.
God, I do really need to play the first. The first one I've heard was so good, and
We're incredibly thankful for all of
I don't know. Like I could play it on Xbox. I could buy like game. I guess Iceland is hell now. Well, I think it's more. It's Celtic, but I mean Iceland's beautiful. What the heck is this? Oh, Double Fine. God, 20 years. Holy shit.
What? Peter? Peter, he's been sitting there the whole time? Hey, who wrote the song? Peter.
Jack Black's fucking awesome.
Fantastic work. Love the song.
He's so much fun.
It's gonna be fun to sing it. Now it's time to...
And yeah, he was the brutal legend.
It's been a long time since you've had a visitor. I hope you don't mind pop-ins.
And I'm totally down for some more Psychonaut. Psychonaut's a weird little game that's cult classic.
It's a quiet place.
Lost alone, neither skin nor bone. Just a thought
Gosh,
is
dang,
all
Jack.
I've got. Now my cover's blown at the bottom of a lake, a frozen feeling. When my friends pulled me back up, I started
God, I feel like this game's been in development for like 6 years now. I hope it's good, because I know Tim Schafer's had some problematic past few games. I mean, I heard Rad was fine. I think that was Double Fine. But I know there's been some problems. God, I just want this to be good though.
senses are the magic keys. They fill the holes I've had, unlocking all my memories, which I never,
Film Opio. Anything on like a release or anything? Anything? One day that will come out.
We can't wait for you to experience the amazing games built by Xbox Game Studios, and there is just so much more for you to play on Xbox. We are partnering with thousands of creators, from the largest publishers to the smallest independent developers, to bring you the broadest variety of games ever. There is one developer in particular that is close to us, not just geographically, but in history too. I'm thrilled to announce that this fall, our friends at Bungie will bring Destiny 2 to Xbox Series X and Xbox Game Pass. If you are one of the more than 10 million Game Pass subscribers, you also get access to all current Destiny 2 expansions starting
That's good.
in September.
Again, I still don't like Destiny.
Members, Destiny 2 will also be playable on mobile from the cloud. Later this year, Bungie will also release a new version of Destiny 2 that is optimized for Xbox Series X. 4K resolution running at 60 frames per second. Here's an all-new look at Bungie's Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
Where I don't see no creative games. I mean, Psychonauts looked good. I mean, that's freaking... But that's Tim Schafer just being crazy. But Destiny... God, I know it's still big. I know each expansion brings back a player base, and... But I just don't give a shit about Destiny. I did not like... Well, I'm actually... actually, for how many Xbox haters are Nintendo fans? That's actually kind of interesting, because recently, Xbox has kind of been positioning themselves as, hey, get yourself an Xbox and get yourself a Switch, right? They both have, get yourselves both. You like third-party games like Destiny, boom, you can play them on Xbox. Do you like first-party games like Breath of the Wild? You can play them on Switch. Because that used to be the premise way back in the day with, like, the original Xbox. Was get yourself a GameCube and get yourself an Xbox. Get yourself an Xbox for Halo and Halo 2. Get yourself a Nintendo for Mario Kart Double Dash and Melee. That was kind of a position for a little bit. Because Nintendo doesn't really play the console wars anymore. Nintendo gave up on the console wars during the GameCube era, instead leaving Xbox and Sony to fight it out. Because Nintendo won the bit wars against Sega, so they were done. And that's kind of how they've treated it since then. And it's just been Sony and Xbox throwing blows, and Xbox has definitely taken some failed blows. Xbox is definitely... Oh god, the launch of the X-Bone. God damn. The X-Bone reveal. Holy shit, no wonder they backtracked all that shit. Disaster. I still laugh about it. I mean, I still call the console the X-Bone. Never get over that. It reminds me of Metro. I don't think that's what this is. No. Again, I haven't really played Metro. Stalker 2. Do I remember the first Stalker? Not at all.
World premiere.
Not hating on PlayStation, but what's something good about PlayStation? First-party games. PlayStation has the best first-party games besides Nintendo. Sony, God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. Sony consistently has been killing it with first-party games. Not as good as Nintendo, but that's kind of impossible to do. And second best ain't a bad position at all. Especially because they're not, like, Nintendo and Sony don't occupy the same, like, space and genres when it comes to first-party games. Microsoft, meanwhile, with first-party games has... I mean, they've shown off some good stuff today, but again, how much of this is coming out?
Squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive to determine the full extent of the unrest.
The game was called Stalker.
I'll know more.
And I've never heard of the original Stalker. If it's Stalker 2. And this is a zombie game. I know nothing about Warhammer 40k. I'll admit, I know... is that Abaddon the Despoiler and his Hand of Midnight? Is that Warhammer 40k or is that something else? I think that's something else. I know nothing about Warhammer 40k. That's not something I want to look into. That's way too much for me. The games on Switch have always found a way of canceling grinding. Because, well, the problem with a lot of other studios... Ooh, are we getting Tetris Effect on Xbox? Oh, that's good. I mean, I know people love Tetris Effect. I haven't played... I want to play it. But I haven't. That's a cool get. I mean, yes, it's been on PlayStation for a while now. God, I need to play Tetris Effect at some point. Tetris Effect connected. Ooh. God, I really need to play Tetris Effect. I've always been waiting for it to go on sale for like $20. And it never does. It's always at like 25-ish. Is that Tetris Effect? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I don't remember. One day I'm going to pick up Tetris Effect, though. Because everyone says it's like the best Tetris game. Is this Journey to the Savage Planet? It definitely looks of what that sounds like, but it looks a little different as well.
Rex, you're not gonna believe this.
Hey, look, it's the darkness I was talking about earlier. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Nintendo has a way of canceling grinding. See, the problem is studios like Ubisoft purposefully put grinding into their game and then sell time savers for real money, so you can pay like an extra $10 to get like a time saver that's just like double XP. They purposefully make their games grindier to imply microtransactions or to make you want to buy cosmetic DLCs. And Microsoft's totally guilty of this as well. Microsoft really did help push things like that forward. That's why I always say Microsoft needs to show it the best of what it has to offer. The gunk. God, that sounds like an 80s or a 90s cartoon movie villain. The gunk. I'm thinking of freaking Tim. Is it Tim Curry and 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 Tim Not the last rainforest. Not Febreze. What's it called? Fern Gully. It's called Fern Gully. Where he's like the ick. The voices, they just wouldn't stop calling out to me.
It all starts with a dead girl. A forest. The moon. Scent of pines. And then the gunshot. Every story has two sides. A regular, rational one, but also a darker and deeper truth.
Yeah, that's also true about Nintendo. I don't know, Sony's getting better at that. I mean, they had Crash Banookas, and they have Ratchet and Clank. They're getting better. Oh god, oh okay, that's familiar. I have seen this before. I don't remember what it's called. I think they showed this at last year's Xbox showcase for E3. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know how well that would work, but I could see some good puzzle design off of that, where you have to control two worlds at once, and what happens in one like affects the other. Yeah, that could be interesting. I mean, I don't know how immersive it would be, but that's interesting. Nah. The Medium. Okay, yeah, that's what it was called. Yeah, that doesn't look bad.
World premiere.
No, it's fine to like Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty 4 and World at War and like the first Black Ops. I was wondering if I was watching something and I was wondering, is Sega gonna show off a new Sonic game here? I don't think this is a new Sonic game, but I could have totally seen Sega showing off a new Sonic game at Xbox's showcase. I was watching something last night, and they were talking about like, oh, who's gonna show stuff, and I was like, you know what would be funny is if in the same, you know how like Nintendo's had exclusive rights to Sonic Colors? What if Xbox bought the next Sonic game? That would be really interesting. I have no idea what the hell this is. It kind of reminds me of that one Bandai Namco game we saw at the last Xbox showcase, but it also reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles X. I have no idea what the hell this is. But yeah, I could totally see Microsoft showing off a Sonic game. Because Sega says they keep wanting to announce a Sonic game, and because of COVID, they keep delaying it. I know, this isn't for me, even though it reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles X. But I do want to, but I did say yesterday that Microsoft needed a JRPG. That's kind of, because Microsoft struggles in Japan, like very bad. Microsoft really does struggle in Japan. New Genesis. Phantasy Star Online 2, yeah. We've known about this coming to Xbox. Console launch exclusive. Ooh.
I've seen your future. Global Risk is scared of the weapon he will become.
Remedy. Crossfire X campaign.
Destiny chose me to save this world.
Isn't Control gonna have some DLC? Because that's Remedy, right? Like, there was talk of Control having, like, Alan Wake DLC.
Blacklist, we make our own path. We protect our own.
Can you protect me from fate?
So they're still saying Xbox Gold is a thing for the moment.
Soon, the entire world will burn, all because of him.
Is it? God, see, I don't know enough. Is it the stealth suit from Splinter Cell that I'm thinking of? I don't know. I've never played Splinter Cell. Crossfire. Crossfire. That old game.
10 world premieres and 22 console launch exclusives. Game Pass members can play every game you have seen today from Xbox Game Studios.
Again, that Game Pass thing is a big seller. Being able to play all of this on Game Pass, that's kind of a big deal.
At some of the new titles coming to Xbox Series X. And some of the games you already love and some you have yet to play will also be optimized for Xbox Series X. Games like Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, and Sea of Thieves. You'll get the next-gen upgrades at no additional cost when they launch. You can expect a lineup of over 100 titles for Xbox Series X this holiday season. With Series X and Game Pass, Xbox is the place to play, and you are at the center of everything we do. Now, you may have noticed we didn't get to visit all of our Xbox Game Studios today. That means we'll have more to share later this year. But until then,
Can't the company just show its shit? Like, why does everything have to be like, oh, we're gonna break it up into like 10 different conferences? That's why E3 was always so good, because E3 was just, hey, we're gonna show all of our big shit in a single conference. I'm just so tired of, like, we're going to do another conference in another week. Oh, we're going to wait a little. This is Fable. But we're going to do another conference. Oh, we're going to wait a little bit. God, I'm just so tired. I'm so fucking tired. Let's be honest, I saw it coming. Especially Xbox. Like, Xbox just fucking... Yep, it's freaking Fable. Even though nobody wants comedy in Fable anymore for some reason. I mean, I don't entirely blame them, but... Yep, Fable. I'm so tired. Sword in the Stone. I'm so tired. Just show all your shit. I mean, this console's supposed to launch in November. Just show your... I understand not all your shit's gonna be at launch, but... It's Fable, though. Fable's like a parody of a fantasy world. Even though it's not much of a parody. I only ever played Fable 3, and I really only remember like the last half of it. The twist in Fable 3 I thought was really good. But I don't think they did that well with it. And that's the Xbox showcase. Yeah, it was a showcase. Honestly, part of me thinks that it's kind of like I'm not as angry with it because of Game Pass. I think Game Pass softened, like, anything that I was just kind of like whatever on. I mean, it's all coming to Game Pass. You don't have to buy it all. You pay one monthly fee and then you get it, all of this. That kind of softens a lot of the blow, I guess. I don't know. That is interesting. That's interesting. So the stream's gonna, because of course if I turn on the console, the stream the OBS breaks. So the stream's gonna go down. I'm gonna go change over everything on Twitch, boot up the Switch, and we'll be right in with Animal Crossing, where I'll give my thoughts on the conference. In short, but I'll be right back. Ooh, over here. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed.